My name is Honorable Prince Adebayo Balogun, member representing Ibeju-Lekki Federal Constituency of Lagos State. Well, first of all, I want to commensurate with families of some of the protesters that would have lost a loved one, and some of our police officers too that were attacked, and at least a police officer was also killed. I commensurate with the family of the deceased. Now, talking about the issue of policing in Nigeria, what we are seeing out there is a reflection of what the people feel, the heartburst of what the people feel about the police. The police is supposed to be our friend, but when the police becomes the terrorist, then this is a kind of situation we'll find ourselves. And many people have been agitating for restructuring in the police sector. It's been a battle of decades now. Many of us will talk about state policing. How can we bring policing down to the grassroots? Well, recently the IG introduced what they call community policing. But to me, policing at the national level still boils down to the same thing. So the agitation outside now is even beyond SARS. We should be talking about total reform in our policing architecture. What do we want? How should our policing look like? Well, some people will say, if you go the way of state police, the governors will abuse it. And I tell them, policing is not just about election. Elections will come once in 4 years. Our lives will be forever. A wicked governor today will have the maximum of 8 years to use. We develop institutions, not people. If you have a good president today, there's no guarantee there will be a good president during the next years to come. So that is why it's important for us to strengthen our institutions. Let's put the right institution in place. Anywhere in the world where policing works well, it is localized. You can't bring someone from another state to transfer someone from another state into a strange location to him and you expect him to perform well. If you are an Hausa man in Lagos, Igbo man in Lagos, you can be recruited into police in Lagos and you work and retire in Lagos. There are Hausa settlements in Lagos, there are Igbo settlements in Lagos. You need everyone in a state like Lagos. We are not talking about where it will be only indigenes now. State police is not about indigenes. It's about people in that state. People who know the terrain in that state. And that will not be posted here and there. I cannot have my family in Sokoto and you just transfer me down to Imo. I'm still thinking about how to survive, how my family will be feeling in Sokoto while I'm in Imo. And you think I'll be in the right frame of mind to run after armed robbers or any other criminal. So that is on one side. Secondly, when we are talking about looking at the total package, restructuring the police, then we also look at the budget of policing. Many people, there's lack of information outside there. Many people will be talking about police being well paid or not being well paid. How many of us knows the salary of a police officer? A corporal, what's the salary? A sergeant, what's the salary? A supol, what's the salary? Information must be there for us to know before we can even do anything. As legislators, the budget is now, we are now preparing to work on the budget. If I don't have information on what a police officer take home, then I won't be able to contribute effectively to see if the so-called overhead that we have at hand now is enough or not. And secondly, in area of capital budget, it's very easy for the states to handle the capital aspect of the police budget. Most of the states now that are doing well, it is their governors and the local government that are providing all the vehicles they are using. 90% of the vehicles used by police officers at the state level now are donated by the local government, the state government, and some good people within the society. And if we have all this brought down to the state level, it will be able, the state government will be able to manage whatever comes from the federal with what they provide at the state and what the local governments also provide, so that we now know what the police owns. Today, you don't know what the police owns because the federal government gives them what they want, the state gives them what they want, and because the states are not in control of the police, they don't have any inventory of what the police has. So nobody has information of what a DPO has in his office. So if you decide to go with a vehicle today because it was donated through a source he went to source for, then it might take it personal and believe it's his own vehicle. Most of those vehicles are not even registered in the police name. They were just given to the DPO. So we must have proper inventory, and it is only when you have the structure at the state level that this can work. And lastly, on the issue of police matters.
So before last, the IG of police disbanded SARS since Sunday, but up to this moment, people are still on the street of the road, or the street, still demanding for disbanded SARS. What do you think that they want? Exactly what do you think that they want? Because the SARS have been disbanded, but some people said this is the 5th time that they are disbanding SARS. The SARS is still remaining. Does that mean that they are not believing in IG or police or what?
That's why I said the agitation, even in the first place, was misplaced. They didn't structure it well. It is the restructuring of the police. Because at the time we had Operation Sweep, we had different names. It's just a matter of nomenclature. But the issue is, a regular policeman is still the same person posted to SARS. A police officer is a police officer, either in SARS or in anti-terrorism, even in EFCC, the same police officer. So the issue is, if you structured well the police, then you no longer bother wherever the police officer is posted to. So I think their problem now is, well, they've said it's the banded SARS, but they know this police officer is still the same thing. Now they are afraid. What have we achieved? But I believe they should go home. Their voices have been heard. At least government have taken a step. It's not a matter of we win or we lose. We are not in a game here. They should also know that the life of anybody lost on the street now, they have to account for if they continue to delay this protests. And some people also are catching up on this demonstration. Hoodlums are there, miscreants are there. Some people are even fighting some of their members. Even the people that started this are already saying enough is enough. The Youth Council, National Youth Council, as I've given is giving out a statement saying that we've achieved the eradication of SARS. Let's go back home and then we'll re-strategize if nothing happens again. And I believe FAST, who happens to be one of their conveners, gave 3 demands that they felt must be immediate, and which I believe has actually happened. The SARS has been disbanded, and the state government and the the federal government have said that they will assist anybody that has fallen victim of this crisis, and also that any officer, any hearing officer will be dealt with immediately. So these have addressed their immediate demand. The remaining part is the total reform. That takes time. That's a procedure. We have the Constitutional Review Committee now working. I think the Constitutional Review Committee will be set up by, I think, tomorrow. So this is part of the work we are going to do. Some of these issues are constitutional. It's not just what the president can just proclaim and say, okay, happen, it will happen. We should give it time. We've done our best. Please, I appeal to every youth outside there, go home for now. You've done a yeoman job. We appreciate what they have done. You have awakened even every one of us. Even the president knows that something is wrong. You've done a lot of work and we appreciate it. But please, don't spoil that good work you started. Don't let anybody twist the situation and make it another thing. Don't let people with political intentions hijack the process. So you've done a good work. We all appreciate you. So thank you so much, and I wish every one of you success in everything you do, because we feel that what SARS actually been doing is actually felt by every Nigerian. We had the comments. People have been sending us emails, photos of what SARS actually had done.